And welcome back to another daily devotion. I am Pastor Roy here at Woodlawn Christian Church in Lake City, Iowa, and I'm recording this devotion for broadcast on Monday, April 8th of 2024. That is the day of the solar eclipse. So if you're watching this on on April 8th, of 2024, try to get out and see the solar eclipse. Maybe you're in a place where you get to see a total eclipse. We won't here in Iowa, but I hope to get out and take in just a little bit of it. We'll see. See what happens. I haven't even checked what time it is. I better do that, and at any rate, we are working our way through Mark's gospel. That's the important part. What's the solar eclipse have to do with it? Anyway, we've made it to chapter 15 in our study of Mark's gospel. Today we're going to look at verses 1 to 5. Now, last week we left off on Wednesday. Jesus was arrested. Thursday he was taken before the Sanhedrin, and they convicted him of blasphemy, and they wanted to have him killed. But they got a problem. They can't kill him because they don't have the power of life or death. The Romans are in charge of that. They are occupied by Rome. Rome's not going to like it if the high priests just go around killing people. That can be bad for the occupation, be bad for business, as they say. And then on Friday we had Peter's denial of Jesus, but that's not the part that we're talking about today. What we're talking about today kind of hinges more off of Thursday, that charge of blasphemy that they convicted him of, and they want him killed for that. Under their law, that is a killing offense. That is a capital offense to be charged with blasphemy. Romans, however, not a blasphemy of a Jewish God. The Jewish God is not a death sentence for them. They could care, quite honestly, they could not care any less than they do about your God and the blasphemy that they may or may not have taken place. That's nothing that they have any desire to kill somebody for. That, again, wouldn't be good for business. So the scribes and the priests, they've got to come up with a different charge in order to get Jesus in behind the eight ball with the Romans, with Pilate. And Pilate holds life or death over Jesus in this situation. He is the procreate. He is there in charge. He is representing Rome in the region. He has the power of life or death for everybody, not just Jesus. So let's take a look at verses 1 to 5 and talk about it a wee bit more. And as soon as it was morning, the chief priests with the elders and scribes and the whole council held a consultation. And they bound Jesus and led him away and delivered him to Pilate. And Pilate asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" And he answered him, "You have said so." And the chief priests accused him of many things. And Pilate again asked him, "Have you no answer to make? See how many charges they have brought against you." But Jesus made no further answer, so that Pilate wondered. Okay, now here Jesus has answered him when he says, "Are you the king of the Jews?" That would be the capital offense under Roman law, is for him to have claimed to be king, because the only king is Caesar. So for him to claim that title would put him behind the eight ball, so to say, with Rome, and they would say, "Off with your head." Only rather they would nail you to a cross, because that's what they do with insurrectionists. That would put you in the position of being an insurrectionist, to say that you are the king. Are you trying to lead an insurrection? What are you doing here? But Pilate doesn't seem to be buying it, and he's asked Jesus point blank, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Now, some people will wrongly say that he says yes. He doesn't say yes. He says, "You have said so," and that's what it says in the Greek. You have said so. He didn't say he was or he wasn't. You are saying I am. I'm not saying that I am. And he says no more. Not in Mark's gospel, anyway. Now, the other gospels, there's a little different stories up here, but we're looking at Mark's gospel. Let's not bring over into this dialogue between him and Pilate and Jesus, anything from the other gospels, because this is the storyline we're dealing with here. He says no more. He's just mum's word, as they say. And Pilate finds this is particularly peculiar, and he wonders. Now, to go to one of the other Gospels, I will break my rule perhaps there. In Matthew's Gospel, we know that Pilate doesn't really want to kill Jesus. He doesn't seem to want to kill Jesus here either, and we'll talk about that more tomorrow. And in the end, he washes his hands of the whole thing and says, "It's on you all. You're the ones who want to kill him. I don't see any reason to kill the man." But Jesus stays in his destiny. He has the opportunity again here. He had the opportunity in front of the priest to have said, "Oh, hey, my mistake. I didn't mean to do all those crazy things. Me bad," and likely would have gotten off without them charging him with blasphemy and wanting to kill him. Because remember, they couldn't get 2 or 3 witnesses to agree. They just really didn't have a charge that was sticking until he said that he was the Messiah. And if he wouldn't have said that, and here Jesus, if he didn't even answer with his cryptic answer, if he would have said, "No, I'm not the king. What are you crazy? Caesar's the king, by golly." If he were to say that, then he would have gotten off as well. But he didn't. He's sticking to his gun. He's staying with his destiny. He knows what he's here for. He knows what he's set to do. He knows what his place is in history, his destiny, and he sticks with it. Even though the fully human part of Jesus, because he's fully human, fully God, the fully human part of Jesus is scared out of his mind. He wanted that cup to pass from him, but he's sticking with it. He has faith in God, fully God as well. It is a witness to us that Jesus it gives us here, in that we too have to have absolute faith in God. He will get us through no matter what, and that there is a reason for these things, and a reason why we might be called to be in not a similar situation to this, but in a situation that would be uncomfortable, where we might have to witness or what have you. And let's just remember the witness that Jesus gives us. But this is all part of the master plan. So tomorrow we will jump into Pilate hands Jesus over to be crucified. And we'll see where we go from there. A little bit of a story in that one. That one's a good one tomorrow. That's one part of the story that I enjoy the most is tomorrow. So anyway, with that, have a very blessed day. Please, please, please be a blessing to someone today. If you enjoy these little devotions, these little bantering and ranting that I may or may not do at times, please like and subscribe. Come on back again. We'd love to see you again. If you'd like to make a kind comment, feel free. And if you'd like to share these videos, feel free as well. God bless you. Be blessed. God loves you. Bye-bye.